Example 4.2.1. Research was conducted on the effectiveness of a weight-reducing drug over 10 weeks. The weight loss, y kilograms, and length of treatment, x weeks, for a random sample of 7 people was recorded. The equation of the regression line of y on x is y equals 1.1 plus 0.424x. Interpret the values of 1.1 and 0.424 in context. This is a very important example. It's a question that a lot of students get wrong or lose marks on. So really focus very hard on what we're about to do. We're interpreting the two numbers in this equation, and our answer must be in context. Well, the first value, the 1.1, that is the value of y when x equals 0. So when x is 0, y is going to equal 1.1. However, just writing that won't get you any marks because it's not in context. So we've got to take that statement that I've just said and write it in the context of this question. So when x is 0 in this context means a treatment of 0 weeks, or in other words, the treatment hasn't taken place. Y will equal y 1.1. Put that into context. What is y? Y is the weight loss in kilograms. So put that together and we have an interpretation of the 1.1. This is the expected weight loss in kilograms for someone who has not taken the weight reducing drug. That's taking the statement when x is 0, y is 1.1 and putting it into context of the question. Now the 0.424, this is the gradient of the straight line graph, which if you write that down won't get you any marks because it's not in context. So let's think about what the gradient of a line actually means. So the gradient of a line is the amount that the vertical axis goes up or down by for every 1 unit we travel across by. So in other words, if x increases by 1, then y will increase by the gradient, by 0.424. That makes sense if you think about the equation. If we increase the value of x by 1, then we're going to get an extra 0.424. So y will increase by 0.424. So take the statement when x increases by 1, y increases by 0.424 and put that in the context of the question. And you should get something like this. For every extra week of taking the weight reducing drug, each person is expected to lose an additional 0.424 kilograms. Y is the weight loss in kilograms, x is the number of weeks of treatment. So for every week of taking the weight reducing drug, in other words, if x increases by 1, then each person is expected to lose an additional 0.424 kilograms. In other words, y is expected to increase by 0.424.